Afternoon, family member, and welcome to the news. Be more responsible, stop killing the environment, stop pipeline vandalism, and indiscriminate disposal of all kinds of waste. I am Victor Peter. In the highlights, court grants 500 million naira bail to Abubakar Malami and two others. Nimet forecasts 3-day nationwide haze and sunshine from Wednesday. Governor Siminalayi Fubara says the secret of his administration is anchored on God Almighty. Plus, US introduces $15,000 visa bond for Nigerians. Details coming up shortly. Thank you for joining us on the news. We begin with the report that Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Abuja has granted the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami and two others bail in the sum of 500 million naira with two sureties. The sureties, according to the judge, must have landed property in Asokoro, Maitama, Gwarimpa, adding that they must submit their traveling documents to the court. He said the documents of the properties are to be verified by the Deputy Chief Registrar of the court, while the sureties are also to depose to affidavit of means. Malami was also ordered to deposit his traveling documents with the court and must not travel out of the country without the permission of the court. The former AGF and his sureties were also ordered to deposit their two recent passport photographs with the court. Meanwhile, Malami has been ordered to be remanded in Kuje prison pending his perfection of the bail conditions. Justice Nwite subsequently fixed February 17th for commencement of trial of the corruption charges. You will recall that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, filed a 16-count alleged money laundering charge against Malami, his son, and his wife. Still on the state of the nation, troops of the 3 Division of the Nigerian Army operating under the Joint Task Force Operation Enduring Peace have raided a kidnappers' hideout in Plateau State, arresting suspects and recovering weapons. The operation was carried out following credible intelligence on the activities of a kidnapping gang operating around Lantam village in Kardako district of Wase local government area. This was revealed by security expert Zagozola Makama in a post on his X handle. Security sources told Makama that the raid took place on January 6 when troops stormed the hideout and arrested 4 suspected members of the gang. According to the sources, preliminary investigations showed that the suspects were allegedly responsible for several cases of kidnapping and armed robbery in Kadarko district and its surrounding communities. Meanwhile, the federal government has inaugurated a joint implementation committee to oversee the training and certification of 1 million Nigerians in digital literacy and emerging technology skills. The committee was inaugurated in Abuja on Tuesday by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, represented by the Permanent Secretary, General Services Office, Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Ibrahim Kana. Akume said the committee would also be responsible for planning and organizing a national digital literacy conference as part of a broader effort to deepen human capital development and support Nigeria's digital transformation agenda. He described the inauguration as a major step towards achieving the federal government's target of 95% digital literacy by 2030 and strengthening national workforce readiness. The National Association of Nigerian Students on Tuesday called off its planned nationwide protest against the new Tax Reform Act following engagements with the Nigerian Revenue Service, formerly the Federal Inland Revenue Service, and other government agencies. The decision was disclosed in a communique at the end of the maiden expanded National Executive Council meeting of the association, which reviewed the law and earlier concerns raised by the student body. NANS had earlier threatened to mobilize students for mass protests on January 14, 2026, if the implementation of the law was not suspended pending a National Assembly investigation and broader public sensitization. According to the communique issued by NANS, President Olushola Oladoja, the student leadership held consultations with the National Assembly, the Department of State Services, and the NRS, during which NRS officials briefed students, leaders, and addressed their concerns. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency (NIMET) has forecast haze and sunshine from Wednesday to Friday across the country. NIMET's weather outlook released on Tuesday in Abuja envisaged sunny and hazy skies over the northern region throughout the forecast period. The agency said sunny and hazy skies are anticipated over the region throughout the forecast period. It also expected sunny skies over the southern region with patches of clouds over the region and chances of isolated thunderstorms accompanied with light rains over parts of Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River states later in the day. Here in Rivers State, Governor Siminalayi Fubara says the secret of the survival of his administration is anchored in God Almighty, saying the books will be written on how his administration made history in surviving political turbulence orchestrated by his political enemies. Governor Fubara stated this at the government house in Port Harcourt, noted that those who have trust in God can never be put to shame. The governor The governor assured Rivers people that governance under his leadership would continue in its full force to achieve what his administration has set out in the terms of development to the people of the state. Warning people from steering clear away from Rivers politics. A professor of strategic management and human capital development, Oke Ikechukwu, said the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT), Nyesom Wike, is not the owner of Rivers State politics and should not be warning people to steer clear of it. Ikechukwu said this on Tuesday when he featured in an interview on a national television in Abuja, monitored by our correspondent. He was reacting to the friction between Wike and the National Secretary of the APC, Ajibola Bashiru, a few days ago. You will recall that Wike had issued a stern warning to Bashiru against interfering in Rivers State politics following his public comments in support of Governor Siminalayi Fubara. You're listening to Family Love FM News. The news continues in just a moment. Still to come, 31 ships with fuel and food items to arrive Lagos ports, plus other stories. Please stay with us.